Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on, everybody? And of course, welcome back to the Sports Lovers, or welcome to the Sports Lovers, either one. In today's video, though, in the final video of today, we of course are going to be predicting the NFL games this weekend. We're going to talk about and break them down, of course, give our thoughts on who I like, who I don't like in this weekend's matchups in the NFL. But first, if you're already new to the channel, you already know what to do. Leave a like, subscribe, turn that bell on. That's the number one way you can support us here at the channel. Also, I will be at Saraland on Friday night for their matchup against, of course, Spain Park. Going to be a fun one. Can't wait for it. Back at the land. Been there 2 weeks in a row now. Hopefully next week's a little bit different. Like to switch it up a little bit every now and then. But back at the land tomorrow or Friday night. Going to be a banger. Cannot wait for it. Of course, playoff season is officially here in Alabama. But with that being said, of course, hit that sub button. Leave a comment down below so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Lots of big things happening around the world of sports today. We got college basketball. We got NBA basketball. We got college football still going on. So, again, lots of stuff in the world of sports. Hit that sub button. Leave a comment down below so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. And without further ado, let us go ahead and hop into these NFL week 11 predictions. So kicking us off on Thursday Night Football this weekend, that is New York going into going into New England. This is going to be a fun one. We got the Jets going into the Patriots, Patriots been one of the hottest teams in the National Football League, coming off of a big win against Tampa at Tampa. That's going to be a interesting thing. Breece Hall, obviously the Jets are not the greatest team in the world, but it's still an AFC. It's an AFC East matchup. Very curious to watch this one. I think the Patriots win it, though. I think they win it by 2 scores because of Drake May. Drake May's been playing at an MVP level football all season long. Again, one of the hottest teams in football for a reason, and they will get the job done at home against the Jets on Thursday Night Football. Moving on to the next matchup, the 8:30 a.m. game. There is a game in Berlin. It's the final international game of the year. That is Washington at Miami. At Miami, quote unquote. We'll quote that one. Give me the Dolphins here. They're coming off of a 30-point win against the Buffalo Bills. Absolutely insane. Again, I know they're hit or miss. The offense is hit or miss for Miami, but with Jaden Daniels being out for this week, with the Commanders getting hit with injuries, I think that Miami is going to win this one, and they should be able to get the job done in Berlin, as they will get the win there. Moving on, kicking us off on Sunday in the 12 o'clock slate on CBS. That is Tampa at Buffalo. A big one for Buffalo. If they fall again, man, they are done. I hope Buffalo wins it, which is why I'm going to pick the Bills at home. They're at home, not on the road. If this was a road game for them, maybe go the other way. Tampa, on the other hand, they're coming off of a loss to, of course, the New England Patriots. If they lose to another NFC East team, Carolina has a chance to sneak in there, which we'll talk about that game in a second. But I'm going to lean more towards Buffalo. Sean McDermott and the Bills are pretty much undefeated at home when it comes to really good games, which is why I'm going to go with the Buffalo Bills to get the job done at home against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in a very, very close matchup. That's going to be one to keep an eye on this weekend, though, as it's going to be a banger of a matchup. Moving on to the next game here at 12 o'clock. That is Houston at Tennessee. Houston's going to win this game, even if Davis Mills plays at quarterback for them. I'm going to be so real. The Titans, like Cam Ward said, they asked, right? Well, they're not going to win this game. Houston's defense is really good. I expect them to be able to contain Cam Ward very well. I expect Houston's offense to still be really, really good. They are playing some really good football these last couple of weeks, beating the Jaguars last week. So I'm very much so expecting the Houston Texans to get the job done on the road at Tennessee. Moving on to the next matchup here, that is Carolina at Atlanta. Man, the Panthers need this win if they want to stay in contention for the playoffs. I think Bryce Young gets it done. He's been one of the hottest players in the NFL when it comes to playing at Mercedes-Benz Stadium or against the Atlanta Falcons in general. We already beaten them once. I expect us to do it again. I think we can do it again. We're coming off, of course, a slow game against the New Orleans Saints, but we still have a chance at that division, and Carolina wins a must-win game on the road in Atlanta. Moving on, keeping us rolling here in an NFC North matchup. This is, of course, going to be a big one for the Bears. The Bears at Minnesota. Gonna go with the Bears here. Caleb Williams, that offense has been riding high right now. Again, Minnesota, J.J. McCarthy just came back from injury. Last time, though, what happened on Monday Night Football? The Vikings did get the job done. I'm very curious to watch that one. However, I think this one's going to go to Chicago's way this time around. Again, they're one of the hottest teams in the NFL these last few weeks, and they can score points, and they can score points quickly, which is why I'm going to take the Chicago Bears to get the job done on the road at Minnesota. Keeping us rolling here in the NFC North, that is Green Bay at New York. The Giants, of course, naming Russell Wilson their starting quarterback if Jackson Dart cannot go this week. Still taking Green Bay. They're way better than this New York Giants football team. Let's be so real. Jordan Love, I know they're coming off a loss to the Panthers, but they're also coming off of a loss to the Eagles on Monday Night Football. With that being said, they should be able to bounce back against this New York Giant football team. Moving on to the next one, that is Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Cincinnati's got to have this one if they want to stay in contention for the NFL playoffs. I'm on college mode right now, but we got to flip that off for a second. Give me Pittsburgh, though. I get Aaron Rodgers played like crap against the Los Angeles Chargers on Sunday Night Football. Yes, he threw a couple interceptions. That Cincinnati Bengal defense is not as good as that Los Angeles Chargers defense. And ultimately, I think that Pittsburgh is going to win this game at home in that matchup. Keeping us rolling, that is the Chargers at the Jags. Give me the Chargers here. Justin Herbert, Ladd McConkey. They've been one of the hottest duos in the league right now in 2025, which is why I'm going to be picking the Los Angeles Chargers to get the job done on the road at Jacksonville. Next game, of course, the 305 game. This is a battle for first place in the NFC West. This is going to be a banger. Seattle at the Rams. This is going to be so much fun. Two really high-level offenses going at it here. I'm taking the Rams in this one, though. The Rams, man, they are on a tear recently. They are the hottest team in football. Puka Nacua is the best player in football this year. Let's be real. He's the best wide receiver one out there. So glad that my dad has him on fantasy football. With that being said, though, Los Angeles is going to win this game. I expect Seattle to compete in this one. Los Angeles defense, though, is very tough. They're physical. They can hit you anywhere on the defensive side of the ball. Offensively, you've got Kyron Williams. You've got Puka Nacua. Matthew Stafford has been slinging it like a rock recently. I'm going to go with the Rams to get the job done at home against the Seattle Seahawks in that matchup. Moving on to the next one, San Fran at Arizona. I'm going to go with the 49ers there in that matchup. Baltimore at Cleveland. Couple of sorry games, though. We're not going to talk as much about them. Going to go with Baltimore to get the job done. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, they've been hot recently. Expect them to continue that streak against a very lackluster Cleveland Brown defense. Moving on to the 325 game of the week. That, of course, is Kansas City, going into Denver. This is going to be a fun one. An AFC West battle. Bo Nix, Patrick Mahomes. Going to go with the Broncos. They're the better team. They should be able to get the job done. One more loss, I believe, in Kansas City is out of the playoff picture, which would absolutely be insane because of the last few years, right? And I think they are. I'm going to take Denver to get the job done at home in this matchup against Kansas City. And to close us all out on Sunday Night Football, Detroit at Philadelphia. This is going to be an absolute banger of a game. On the Detroit side of things, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, you got Jahmyr Gibbs, you got Jameson Williams, Jared Goff. On the Philadelphia Eagles side of things, Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Saquon Barkley, of course, Devontae Smith. A.J. Brown this week did say he wants out of Philadelphia and is likely going to request a trade during the offseason. Absolutely crazy stuff, so pretty much count him out of any games. I'm going to go with Detroit here just solely because they are missing some key starters, the Philadelphia Eagles are, and I think Detroit wins this game on Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a banger. It's going to be a very close matchup, but I got to go with the Lions. They're fully healthy. They should be able to get the job done on the road. And then, of course, to cap us all off on Monday Night Football, we got Dallas at Las Vegas. I'm going to go with the Dallas Cowboys to get the job done. I picked them a couple of weeks ago on Monday Night Football, and they just absolutely embarrassed the crap out of themselves, losing to the Arizona Cardinals. I don't think they lose to this team and the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to be so real. I think Dallas wins this one, and they do get the job done to close out, of course, week number 11 in the National Football League. However, you guys, Let me know your thoughts on this video in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn that bell on as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. That'll wrap up today for posting here on the YouTube channel. So hit that sub button so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos tomorrow, Friday. Like I said, tomorrow we will, of course, have our SEC prediction video and our Road to Glory. So stay tuned for that. Hit that sub button. Leave a comment down below so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. Thank you all so much for watching this one. I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace out.